Hello, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural members-only Trackside with Tom. And we are here today. My name is Tom Hogan again, for everyone that wasn't here for the first program. And with me today, I have Michael Richmond, who is our member co-host. Say hello to everyone, Michael.
Hey, everyone.
Yes. I see we have 10 people here. I actually think that's a pretty good showing. We have 36 members to the channel with the 4 people that have just joined. So, thank you to everyone for tuning in and checking out this members-only program. Michael has given us a timestamp here for Guttenberg. What time are we looking at, Michael?
Hey, Tom.
Oh.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, there you are.
I am, we're doing 0759, 0759:15.
All right, 7:59.
I'm getting double here, so.
Yeah, you've got to turn off. You've got to turn off the YouTube.
The YouTube, okay.
Yep, turn off YouTube on your web browser.
Okay. All right.
Does that work better for you?
Yeah, but I can't see everybody yet.
That's all right. Here, let me. That's why I didn't share my screen with you. Silly me.
Well, there we go.
Yep. Now you should be able to see the screen. You got Guttenberg pulled up?
I do.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Tom did not have me live with him.
That's all right. So we have a southbound coming through Guttenberg here.
Yes. This was, you know, of course, Tom, I do live on the KCS, rather. So, I saw this and, I was amazed. I love the SD70 Max, of course.
Yeah, a pair of SD70Ms and a Herzog ballast train. We were just talking about these maintenance away trains that were running a little bit ago as well.
Yes.
On the first program.
Yes, and I noticed that Robert, let's see, okay, but hey, Facebook is asking me if I want to use my camera. Do I want to?
No, we don't need. Nope. We're just have the trains on view. We don't need to use camera.
Okay, cool. All right. So anyway, yes, this was perhaps rather my first instinct. When I saw this, I was like, oh yes, this hits home.
Well,
so
this pair of SD70Ms has run a couple of ballast trains here recently. It looks like Zach Bovitz tuned in that this is off of the Twin Cities and Western, it looks like.
All right. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that.
So, as we roll this guy by, you can see some ties there in the foreground on the ground, and then on the other side of the track there's stacks of ties as well. Lots of evidence of a track program that the CP is obviously.
Right. They've got, I actually read the what is it? The big listing, rather, of all the subdivisions and places they plan to do track work at. In the future.
Yes.
And so check this out. Tell me if this isn't what's the word? If it isn't kind of a tad bit silly, I guess, because so they're wanting to build they're wanting to build a whole new siding just south of town where I live, and not 3 miles north of my location. They already have a well over 3.5 mile siding that KCS built. That's 17 that could hold probably 17. Let's see, 17,000.
17,000 feet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, in the beginning it was 18,000, but then they did some work and now it's 17,000 and something. So, yeah.
Sure.
So they got the crossovers in there now. So yeah.
Well, I think it's just another indication of the amount of the scope of the track work that the CP is really trying to take on during this upgrade process.
You know, it's rather fathoming to me that, like, okay, so you guys got a big siding to your north. Why do you need one 2 miles south of Goodman? You know,
right?
Like, I mean, like, that's
where they want to spend their money.
Yeah, but hey, I read an article where Keith Creel pretty much puts the money where his mouth is. So
yeah. So I found another CP train. Actually, this must have been an Eckards meet, because this guy ran north, and then we had your southbound that you pointed out just a few minutes later.
Oh, the local here, yes.
Yeah, the 2319, which is a Jeep 20 or Jeep 22 Eco Rebuild, whatever they're calling them.
GP20 Eco.
Yeah. So this guy is running northbound through Guttenberg and heading up for that Eckards meet like we had talked about.
Yes.
And I'm guessing that this is going to be a shorter train with local traffic moving between Dubuque and Marquette. So
okay.
Anyway, yes, hello to everyone who's in here. We've got 19 people online right now.
All right.
So welcome everyone.
Thank you guys.
We've got Trains of Minnesota, Zach Bovitz.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Zach.
Yeah. Zane Smith, Clifford McFerrin, Michael Simonin, John Bulio, Tanner Kilborn is K-Train, Steve Emmons, Barry up in Butler Junction, lots of people, Rob G.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in.
You know, I gotta throw the note out to everyone here that Tom has wanted me to come on for quite some time now, and let's see, Tom, I thought about it for a little while, and then I messaged you like what, a month or two later?
Yeah, we've been working through this process for several months.
And I was like, okay, because I've always heard, listen to the gut.
Yeah.
Listen to what the gut to what the gut says.
This is a very long train, by the way, for being pulled by a single Jeep.
Yes.
This must be mostly empties.
But yeah, so I just had this feeling one day, like it just wouldn't go away. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I think it's trying to tell me that I need to message Tom and go on with this, because I just and I knew I could do it. After I realized that, not to be nervous. As you can probably tell, I'm doing pretty good for.
Yeah, so we've got I found another southbound here by Guttenberg. This time, we've got a UPGE leader.
I did not see him, so.
And a KCS SD70 trailing, and long string of auto racks coming down here. We'll see if this is. I don't think they're running solid auto rack trains, so this is probably just the head end of a manifest, but I
wouldn't think so, but new trains coming to the KCS pretty soon.
Yeah, and here comes the manifest. So yeah, this is definitely a mixed manifest train with just auto racks on the head end.
So this would be a 261. Or,
Nope,
I mean,
second
I'm
260.
Sorry, 260.
This
Yes.
is definitely a second 260. We got some loads of sand here, open top loads of sand, and we're gonna have the covered hoppers, the 2-bay hoppers with sand. Long string of those that probably all came out of Pattison Brothers outside of Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Anderson. Barry Anderson has joined. Thank you, Barry,
Barry Anderson.
Thank you, Barry, for joining the channel and joining the chat with us. So, definitely appreciate everybody's support. I should have done this members only thing a long time ago. We've had so many. We've had 5 members join just today. This has been great.
Yes, this is awesome. I actually thrown the membership out to my friend David from Cincinnati that watches us.
Yeah.
And I sent him a screenshot, let him know I had the Melcado and membership and
Mikado, yes, the Mikado.
The Mikado, yes. I'm sorry, but anyway, yeah. So I told him, I said, man, I said you already joined. It's the Mikado is only $8.99 a month, or yeah, $8.99 a month, correct?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yes.
And you get some really good stuff with it too. You get the hat and the camera strap.
Exactly. I told him all that. I said, man, you'd have a Steel Highway camera strap and a hat. And guys, of course, most of you here are members. I encourage you in joining a membership.
So
Truly good.
I am going to throw something out here. For anybody that's joined, make sure and fill out this form, which I am going to put into the comments right now. Because when you join, and I realize some of you are already magazine subscribers, and you're joining as a YouTube channel subscriber as well, and that's fantastic. But if you've joined and you have not filled out this Google form, I'm going to pin this comment right now. Please make sure and fill out the form so I can send you all the fun stuff.
Yes.
But
yes.
At a minimum, joining the channel at the basic level, at the 440 American, you're still going to get, it's basically like a payment plan for the magazine. You're just going to pay $5 a month for your magazine subscription instead of paying the $48 up front at the beginning of the year. But, Guttenberg has that small-town railroad vibe. That is 100% correct. So,
yes.
Michael, what else have you got for timestamps for us?
All right, so let's go to that was all I had for Guttenberg. So let's see here. Let's go to Ottumwa.
Ottumwa.
Ottumwa CP.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, and what have we got for a timestamp at Ottumwa?
0748 30.
A little too far back there.
I hope we can still catch that on.
Oh yeah. There. Oh well.
Oh, a little too far.
I've got it now.
Yes. So of course, like I said, living on the KCS, I gotta hit a lower KCS for my inaugural. So here we go. There's headlights.
Mm-hmm. Coming around the curve, he's working his way up the ruling grade on the Ottumwa sub.
Into Rutledge.
That's right, heading up the real hill toward the Rutledge siding and then on to Nahant after that.
Yes.
And this is this same train that we saw. We rolled this guy by in Muscatine during the first program, but we're going to see him.
And yeah, that was kind of funny. That was kind of funny with Robert how he did that, because I had that already pinned down as a timestamp for us.
Yeah. So it's fine. We'll roll this guy by again. We've got him here at Ottumwa. And heading out of town, the Ottumwa is the crew change point for the Canadian Pacific. And as this guy makes his way north, I am just going to point out, thank you to we've got 20 people on here watching. We've got, I guess, 37 members to the channel now. And the channel memberships have the channel membership has just been growing exponentially since that Fort Madison webcam went up, which I guess is no big surprise, but at the same time, it really is good to see. I love to see the support, and I appreciate everything that everyone does to help support Steel Highway.
Yes, yes.
So while we're doing this, I am going to do kind of a project update for everyone as well. So
all right.
This coming Sunday, I'm going up to Duluth, and I know I've mentioned this a few times, going to be up installing webcam on the Iron Range. Going to be installing at the Munger Tavern outside of Duluth, and we're going to have CN taconite trains and ore trains going up and down past that camera. And then in June, at the end of June, I'm going to be putting in webcams on a big trip out east for being able to go to Michigan to the Steam Railroad Institute, be able to go to Cumberland, Maryland to the Western Maryland and Scenic, and then I'm still working on a third location up in Pennsylvania on the Reading and Northern. So I'm really.
Hey Tom, I apologize, but I wanted to see when you planned on putting the Clinton.
Yeah. We'll get to that next. Yes.
Okay.
I was going to talk about these longer range projects and then talk about some of the local stuff too.
Go ahead.
So, the project the last week of June is definitely something that we're going to put in some webcams along some more of tourist type railroads, but. I think that's going to really help drive some viewership with having these kind of rare birds, the steam locomotives that have been restored, to be able to see them operate.
Yes.
Then for closer local projects, I've got 3 of them. Clinton is going to happen sometime in May. I don't know exactly when, but my plan is to knock out Clinton sometime in May. I have talked to the people at the museum in Clinton, and they are going to be installing internet sometime in the next month. And when that happens, we're going to have a ATCS server and a webcam, both going in to the Clinton. It's the Clinton County Historical Society Museum, and it's on the riverfront on the east side of Clinton, Iowa. And we'll be able to see the Canadian Pacific tracks, as well as being able to see the UP drawbridge coming from Illinois into Iowa. And that's going to be a PTZ cam as well, and I'm really excited about that location. There's going to be a webcam going into the Boone and Scenic Valley at some point this summer.
Okay.
And that is going to be coinciding with when they start operating their steam engine out there in Boone as well. They've been in the process of a huge capital campaign. And so we'll be able to see some trolleys. We'll be able to see the steam engine. There's lots of fun stuff and unique equipment that they have out there at Boone to be able to see all that on camera as well.
Yes, definitely.
And then the third one that's more local is Independence, Iowa. And that's on the CN Dubuque sub between Dubuque and Waterloo. And there will be, again, no date nailed down, but that will be going in sometime this summer as well. And there's that Kansas City Southern Ace, or SD70, that was the mid-train DPU. Get a better look at it there, going by Ottumwa, rather than Muscatine from 8 stories up.
Yes, so this was, of course, it was a GEVO leader, if I think right, and then
it was a pair of GEs on the lead, I think.
Yes, well, no, it was a second back.
Oh, okay.
And then of course you had your mid train DP SD70 ACE as well. So
there's a CP boxcar that went by with the door open. I didn't see any hobos sitting in there.
well, you never know. One might just get on, somewhere.
Yeah. Fremont, Nebraska would be a great place for a webcam. I'd love to have one out there. I don't know. I don't have any contacts out that way, but Michael Simonin, if you have a location in Fremont, Nebraska, I'd be happy to talk to you because it'd be a fantastic place for a webcam. Here's a bunch of KCS auto racks going by as well. That's always kind of nice to see with the Southern Bell logo.
I have actually noticed more ever since this merger, ever since the talk of it, probably going back. I have been seeing more Kansas City Southern Automax cars. The regular ones here, like we see, and then the what's the two that have like the magnetic, if you know what I'm talking about, Tom.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. No, the magnetic cars?
Yeah. They have like instead of a coupler, they have like a magnetic, oh man, it starts with an M, I think. What am I looking for? It's basically two auto racks stuck together between the black.
Oh, you're talking about articulated cars.
Articulated, thank you, yes.
Yes, articulated.
So yeah, yes. I have been seeing a lot more of those, plus the regular standard auto racks like we're seeing on here, of KCS. And like, because I used to see so many on the BNSF down here all the time. And which is the Tulsa to Springfield line, rather. And I used to see so many of those and see so less of them whenever the merger wasn't close enough yet, so, and then it's like, boom, it's like I guess everybody decided to, everybody that was going with BNSF, decided, hey, sounds like CP and KCS is the better idea,
Yeah.
So,
well, what's the next, what is the next timestamp you have for me then?
Okay, if we want to run by him again at Muscatine, we can.
Oh, no, we already did that once. No.
Okay, I will erase this one here then. Okay, did we see him at Washington?
The same train?
Yes.
No, we have not, but I don't think we're going to roll that same train by a third time.
We've
done them once in each program. That's probably sufficient.
All right. And then Ottumwa, now I can race.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's see here. Let's go to Mount Pleasant at, I've got 2 timestamps for there.
All right. I know that Robert had said that Amtrak was at Mount Pleasant just as we were wrapping up the previous program.
Yes,
what's the timestamp you have?
Well, I got 2 of them. Let's go to 0650 40.
0650 40.
Yes, and this is on the west cam.
Oh, on the Mount Pleasant West. All right.
Correct.
Well, I need to go to the correct Mount Pleasant webcam then. Give me just a moment here.
Take your time.
So while I'm doing this, so the Duluth Museum is actually not going to happen this summer, and the reason being is that they were planning on doing an internet upgrade, and that upgrade didn't happen. So because of some funding issues at the museum, they're holding off on the internet upgrade, and so we're going to wait until wait for the webcam to be installed until we get a better internet connection there, but I've been talking to the guys over the museum, and just a really fantastic bunch, and I do look forward to working with them at some point in here in the future. It's just not going to, unfortunately, work out for this year. What'd you say, 607? Was that the timestamp?
0650, 40.
0650, okay. I was going the wrong direction. That's why.
Yes.
All right. We'll find this yet.
You know, and, given what BNSF has done to, I haven't really been crazy about BNSF lately since what they done to penalize, like basically drop most of their veteran, what is it? That program they did with a bunch of punishment, basically.
Are you talking about the BNSF attendance program?
Yes, the attendance policy, yes.
Okay, well, that's probably a little bit beyond the scope of what we're going to talk about here today.
Right.
So, but yeah, this is a BNSF eastbound loaded coal train, and it does look like that we've got the BNSF system hoppers for the most part. This guy is working really hard upgrade to get into Mount Pleasant. So, and
if you actually go back a little bit, like at 649, you can actually hear the sound of the train coming up grade.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he has some mid-train DPUs or rear DPUs potentially.
He does have a rear DP.
All right.
Actually,
yeah, the question about the Duluth Museum, I got that answered. Christian Lumber, an office on 1st Street between UP and BNSF. I assume you're talking about Fremont, Nebraska again. So, yeah, if there's somebody out there that's interested in hosting, I'd be happy to talk to him. Like I say, Fremont would be a fantastic location with both the UP and BNSF out there. And
yes.
The Iowa Traction, I mean, yeah, absolutely. The Iowa Traction would be a really amazing spot to have for a webcam, but I just don't.
Yeah, sure.
I just don't.
I would have to vote a yes on that as well.
I suppose the spot to get the Iowa Traction would be at the Diamond with the UP. And at Clear Lake Junction is what they call it. So, yeah, that would be interesting for sure. So, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit through here. Did you have a second timestamp for Ottumwa as well? Or Mount Pleasant as well?
It is 085630.
085630.
Correct.
All right, so we'll jump ahead to that a little bit.
Or should I say, that is correct, over.
Something like that, yeah. All right, we got 0855, 59 is what I hit. So now, this will probably be our, well, what do you have left for timestamps, or is this it?
This is pretty much it for me.
All right, so this is going to be our...
If we want to do a little bit of open, what you did recently, the open timestamps.
Oh yeah, if people have the timestamps put in the comments. Free. Yeah, but we have another eastbound here going by on the Ottumwa sub, and and these were just picks. I just I just grabbed. I just like right. Looks like we got a couple of H3s leading on the BNSF, and we have a tanker head end anyway, tanker train. We'll see. It's probably manifest, but it's just got a bunch of tanks on the head end. Yeah, it's actually a manifest. So, yes, Hannibal, Missouri would be another amazing spot. Hey, Tom, if you go back a little to the start, tell me if you don't see something weird about the front about the nose of the locomotive. You're talking about the beginning of this particular train? Correct. Well, let's go back and take a look. I forgot to note that. Let's see here. What
All
do
right,
we have?
if you can just pause it there, just like right when. Okay, here we go, right there.
And
Tell me if something weird, something odd looks.
I don't know. Does it look like that front door is open? Is that what you're talking about?
No. Just off to the side of the. I don't know if it's the cam or if it's on the locomotive. There's like a big gray blotch.
There is. I think that's probably either some primer paint or something that got scraped off. Maybe it was involved in some kind of a side swipe.
Yeah, and I just kind of, that's kind of why I picked out this timestamp, was because just to kind of show that, a little bit.
Okay.
Just to make, a little interesting.
Well, back to the comments here. William Clare, yes, Hannibal, Missouri would be a great spot, and you'd have the BNSF and the NS there. I was down there actually last summer. It's kind of a tough spot because of the flood wall, but there is the Mark Twain Hotel that I did identify as a potential location, and then also there's like a Hannibal Boat Club, I think, that's downtown as well. So we will jump over to Amtrak at 12:59 at the Mount Pleasant Depot, and then that will probably be our last timestamp of the day.
All right.
Mount Pleasant downtown. Here we go. And thank you everyone for tuning into the program here. Obviously, I'm thrilled. I love all the support, and I really enjoy interacting with all the people that help make this a reality. And here is our Amtrak timestamp.
Hey, Tom, I think it would only be appropriate as well if we close out with the that amazing consist that 330 that the M337 had at Griffith. If you remember
we watched that. We watched that on the other program. Yes, so we've got
okay.
We've got a couple of a couple of these Siemens Chargers.
Yes, 2 of them. Holy cow!
Yep, and this is the eastbound California Zephyr pulling into Mount Pleasant, Iowa, to do their station work. And thank you, Cliff McFerrin, for the timestamp. Definitely appreciate that. And while we're here, I'm just gonna say thank you to Michael for being on and hosting with me. I definitely appreciate it. And
thank you, Tom.
Yeah, thank you to everyone.
It's great. And the culture here, I like it. I mean, the culture here at Trackside, is just amazing. That's kind of what brought me on here. I mean, just listening to how the other co-hosts do, and as you pointed out, I loved I loved episode 59, was it? Where we went through all of Steve Vision's.
Yes, Chris Witkowski's interview. Yes,
it was incredible. I was like, wow. I was just shocked at some of the stuff he had. And I kind of already thought about getting a few of his videos.
Yes, well, definitely help support him, because he's been a big fan of the channel as well. That's
awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, all things considered, I definitely, like Still Highway webcams a lot better, because a lot of what you put up is not what your bigger guys would do. Your bigger competitors,
right?
I should say. And so I'm glad that there's people out there that's willing to host, and out here in I shouldn't call it no man's land, but how would you put it, Tom?
Out in southwest Missouri. I think No Man's Land might be a moderate to fair evaluation of it.
I'm talking the general areas of our region of the.
Oh yeah, just in the Midwest then. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and going to Minnesota. I mean, do they even have a cam in Minnesota?
Oh yeah, there's several already. Yep.
Okay, but yeah, I know Rich. I know Rich has a couple up there, but.
Yep, that's right. All right, well, this is the end of our program. Thank you, Michael, for co-hosting with me, and thank you
Tom.
everyone for tuning in. And Michael, if you want to sign us off, we're going to call it a day.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and just be safe trackside. So, all right, Tom, you got any